Hello everybody. Happy Wednesday. Another beautiful day here in the Philippines. First of all, before I even do this video, as I sit here and do this video, I have 999 subscribers. So I'm one away. And there's no doubt I'm going to get it. I might get it before we even get off this video. But the reason I wanted to bring it up is because I want to thank you guys. Everybody that subbed and everybody that supports my channel. It really means a lot to me. It's nice to do something that people seem to enjoy. I started this channel, I don't know, a year ago, June, but I really started working the channel 3 months ago is when I said, okay, we gotta start doing some videos. So roughly 3 months. I'm almost at my 4,000 hours. I think I need about 700. So thanks to everybody out there for subbing and watching my channel, and all your comments and everything is really appreciated. So with that being said, subscribe, hit the like button, hit the bell, and then you'll know when my videos come out. But today I want to do a video on decisions, and decisions have consequences. And decisions can impact your way of life, whether they're good or bad decisions. And I've been through a rough go in life early in my years because why? I made bad decisions. About probably 90% plus of decisions are emotional. We react on, emotions depending whether they're good or bad. And then problem is, I know early in my life, when I did that, I always reacted emotionally. I was young, I didn't think about the consequences, what the results of that decision would be. And it cost me a lot of money and a lot of heartache, relationships, things like that. So I turned that decision-making process around, I don't know, probably 15 years ago is when I really took things serious, and then I started making sure that every decision I made was what the outcome could possibly be and whether it was beneficial. And it helped me tremendously, guys. I was at wit's end before I met my wife. So, no matter how bad things may get or how bad you think they are, there is a light at the end of that tunnel. You have to find it, and it's up to you to think logically. The problem today that I've noticed, and I stress this with everybody, common sense is usually your best friend. When you use common sense and you think things through, usually good things happen. And that's been my experience. I'm very logical, okay? And I don't do something unless I really understand what the consequences could be. Now there's some times when you're gonna make, I made a decision, I'll bring it up right now. I made a decision 3 weeks after we moved to the Philippines that I now wish I hadn't have made. And it wasn't me, just me and my wife. And we went out and purchased a brand new truck. We were here August 22nd of 2024. And we didn't have any transportation. So we went out and we bought a brand new truck right off the showroom floor down at the Ford dealership in Dumaguete. And here's exactly the point I'm trying to make. The truck's fine. I like the truck. It's a beautiful, beautiful truck. But now looking back, I wish I wouldn't have done that. And you might say, well, why? It wasn't the money. It was the fact that it's a full-size truck and it's not convenient in Dumaguete. Okay, if you're in the province area, it's great. But when you go to Dumaguete and you go to Robinson Mall or any place to try to park, it's not easy to park that truck, okay? Because it's so big. Let's face it, Dumaguete's not equipped and ready to handle big vehicles as far as parking goes. If you ever notice when you go to one of the malls, the parking spots are real small. So it's kind of a pain. Um, we've even talked about going to buy something smaller. We'll keep our truck. I'll never get rid of it. But it was a decision now. If I had realized at the time, I wouldn't have done it. I would have bought something smaller. But you know, that being said, it's not the end of the world. Like I said, we really like the truck. But you know, think things through. Um, you know, is that the consequence there is it's kind of a pain in the you know what. But you know, it is what it is. What else do I have down here? Oh, I want to talk about a couple that I know. They went on a vacation to Europe. And you know, Europe's beautiful. I've been there many years ago. Um, and they were all excited. They went, had a great time. And he, he told me, I said, how was your vacation? He says, good, but it was very expensive. I said, well, yeah, Europe is. And he proceeded to tell me, he says, well, yeah, we spent like $8,000 in 10 days. I'm like, whoa, that's Europe. I mean, if you spent $8,000 in 10 days in the Philippines, you're flying high. Okay, that's a lot of money over here. But Europe, it's probably not a lot of money. And then I said, wow, that's a lot of money. He said, yeah, and I probably screwed up. And I said, what do you mean you screwed up? He said, we put it all in our credit card. And I'm like, so here we go. Here's the decision have consequences moment. So they spent $8,000. I think his payments probably around $129 a month. So and that puts your payment to repay that credit card at 20%. Because I'm not really sure. We have one credit card, and I don't even know what the interest is because we only use it when we go somewhere, and then we pay it right off, so we don't pay interest on it. But I think they're roughly around 20%. I mean, if somebody knows different, let me know. Let's take 20% for numbers reasons. So I wrote down a couple things. Yeah, $129 a month, so 20%, that makes the payment $155 a month. And you're like, well, that's not bad. Okay, well, no, it's not bad. It's a nice low monthly payment. However, it's going to take you, if you pay it off in 62 months, you're paying in $9,610. That's what your payoff is on that vacation. So, and that figures out for 10 days, that's $961 a day. Now, you may say, well, you know, it's vacation, it's this, it's that, but it's fine. I don't discourage people from going on vacation, but in my opinion, if you're gonna go on vacation and you have to put it in your credit card, you really can't afford it. And then this is gonna put you in the hole if you start doing things like that. I'm sorry, my dog's in the pool. So, you know, that's a decision that there's no way I would have made. I don't, in my stage in my life, I don't purchase anything unless it's paid off. I don't finance anything. I haven't for, I don't know, probably 10 years or so. Cash is king. Save your money. If he had taken that money and just saved it, you know, take $129 a month and save it. And then for 5 years, you know, and then you've got money behind you. Make a small investment, make some income on that. So there's one example. Another one happened here in the Philippines. An expat went down to the local bistro bar. You know, he's down there, he's having a hell of a time drinking with buddies and everything else. Well, they proceeded to get drunk. And then he, you know, closing time, I think it was around 1 o'clock in the morning, he decides, okay, I gotta go back to his hotel, wherever he's staying. He was here visiting. And so he took off, no helmet, crashed his motorcycle, killed himself. Now, it's okay to go out and have a good time, don't get me wrong. But man, you've got to use common sense. If you're gonna go get stupid and drink and get drunk, there's plenty of transportation. Somebody can give you a ride. You can leave your motorbike there. So his consequence is he's not even here anymore. And why? He didn't think it through. You don't People don't think about the consequences, and guys, it happens all the time over here. My wife's niece, they went home the other night from a disco party, and the guy she was riding with fell asleep. I don't know if he fell asleep or he was drunk and passed out. I don't know the whole story, but you know, things like that happen and nobody thinks about the consequence. So please, if you're gonna do something like that, have a plan in place. Okay, I'm gonna have a few beers and I'm probably gonna get drunk tonight. How am I getting home? You know. And then this last case, I saw this on another video that I watched, so I'm kind of stealing the story, but I'm not. Um, and this guy and his wife built a house somewhere close to where I live here in Bakong, and they built a house, and the wife's asked the husband is okay if our sister lives with us in the house. I mean, you know how families are in the Philippines, they're very close. And he says, yeah, that's not a problem. We get an extra bedroom, so no problem. Well, then what? This is going to blow your mind. The woman, the girl, the sister, she gets pregnant. And everybody's like, she doesn't have a boyfriend, she doesn't have a husband. So everybody's kind of looking around. The only place she really spends time with is with the family and in their house. So the immediate red flags go up, and he's kind of like, oh no. Turns out that it's going to be his baby. So this guy, I can't even imagine living the life that he's going to have to experience. Living, and I guess the family's not okay with it, but they're going to tolerate it, which I don't know how. If that happened in a scenario I was in, I'd expect to get kicked right out and probably bushwhacked by the family. I mean, I can't even, I don't know how the guy lays in bed and thinks about the consequences coming his way. Imagine this baby being born. And think about it, the father's technically his uncle. I mean, I just can't wrap my head around it. There's a classic case right there of not thinking through your decision. So, you know, guys, the reason I wanted to do this video is just put some alerts out there. Use common sense. Think about what you're doing. Is it going to benefit me and my family? If it is, good, go for it. But if it's not, think of an alternative. You know, if you wanted to go on a big vacation, save some money. You know, don't go out and take a loan out to finance it. You know, things like that. Use wise decisions if you're going out drinking. And for God's sakes, be faithful to your spouse. So, with that being said, again, guys, thanks so much for your support. I really appreciate it. If you got anything out there you want me to talk about or any videos you want me to produce and do, let me know. You know, I'm still kind of new to this. I really started doing this about 3 months ago, seriously. So, you know, I appreciate all your support again. So I'm going to let you go, and you guys take care. Have a good day. Bye-bye.